host of the Gridiron.
How about that Evan Neal, huh? Holy cow. Now, once again, you got to keep in context here. He wasn't going up against the 2000 Ravens, 85 Bears. He wasn't going up against Lawrence Taylor. Wasn't the Fearsome Foursome. Wasn't Steel Curtain. Not the Purple People Eaters, So you got to keep all that stuff in context, right? But, Evan Neal didn't do too bad. Now, once again, according to PFF, all right, that's all I'm going by. Some articles here I'm going to go over, but according to PFF, it was actually, I can't even believe these words are coming out of my mouth, but Evan Neal was actually the highest graded offensive player for the Giants. I can't believe those words came out of my mouth. I can't believe Evan Neal and highest graded offensive player came out of my mouth and were in the same sentence. I don't know. So, according to PFF, his passing grade was a little. We'll look at that, but his run blocking, not too shabby, not too. But once again, as I said, there's the Carolina Panthers, right? So, but hey, a vote of encouragement, right? Vote of encouragement for him. So. Let's see. I got to find, man. I got 37,000 tabs. Bam. All right, here we go. All right. Giants offensive tackle Evan Neal has a positive 2022 season debut as starter. Now, you also got to realize, too, obviously, too, is, he, is fresh. What would be difficult for him, which you got to give the dude some credit. He played the whole freaking game. Hadn't played the whole game in I don't know how long. So you got to give him some credit. Right? He might have been in some shape and all of this, but to go from basically zero to playing a whole freaking game at right tackle, got to give the dude some credit. But while things were falling apart for the Giants quarterback Daniel Jones, another team's first-round draft pick said things looking up for him. All right, brother. Yeah. Offensive tackle Evan Neal, who was finally deemed ready to start a game at right tackle, came through with a very impressive showing. Now, once again, this was only the Panthers. So keep that in mind. He was absolutely mauling people out there in the run game. His run grade for PFF, once again, was very good. Very good. Absolutely mauling people out there in the run game, moving people deep into the second level while never losing contact. That's what you want to say, right? He showed violence, feel, and balance in the run blocking aspect of his game that has been missing since he dealt with ankle issues last year. And, once again, you can make fun of him, this, that, and the other thing and all, but, if you got a foot, an ankle, and you're trying to, battle these freakish athletes, especially the edge rushers and all, that's got to be so difficult. But hopefully, hopefully he stays healthy, right? But his run blocking was very, very good. Which is, one of the things, if they would ever move him inside, you couple up that run blocking with his pass blocking, because now you keep the dude in the phone booth. He's not worried about somebody running around the edge or, right? Because he can go toe to toe with like anybody. Because he's 6'7", he's like 340, whatever. He's a huge human being. He don't look it because he's like a sequoia tree. He's just like whatever, thick and 6'7", but it's a big dude. Now, as for his pass blocking, it wasn't always pretty. He was not moving well in retreat. So, once again, and once he starts going up against some teams with better edge rushers and all, he might have some problems once again. He wasn't getting his hands on his man, and he looked very clumsy in space. But according to NextGen Stats, Neal allowed just one pressure. And that's what same thing with PFF. They had him with one pressure. on 41 pass blocking snaps, which is 2.4%, which is, you'll take that 10 times to Tuesday, baby. You'll take that. Absolutely. Setting a career low in pressure rate allowed with a minimum of 10 passing blocks. 10 passing, I guess, attempts, right, for him. 27 of Neal's pass blocking snaps came against Jadeveon Clowney, whose lone pressure came against the third-year right tackle. Now, Jadeveon's, that dude is, but Jadeveon's a little long in the tooth. He's been around a while. It's worth noting that Neal had pass blocking help on his side consisting of tight end chips and right guard Greg Van Roten sliding over to help with double-team blocks. But for a team that has discovered life after Saquon Barkley and rookie Tyrone Tracy Jr., Neal's run blocking was superb, and we're looking forward to seeing more of him in 2 weeks when hopefully he'll knock off more rust. All right, then we got this one here. Evan Neal. Yes, Evan Neal was the Giants' highest graded offensive player. I can't believe I'm actually saying that. Unbelievable. We're now into the looking toward the 2025 stage of the New York Giants 2024 season. Yep. Let's see which players are making a case to stick around and which are likely to be elsewhere next year after the Giants' embarrassing 20-17 overtime loss. They got, you may want to take a screenshot of this for your archives. I'm going to pop it up there for you. But a game in which the Giants' starting offensive line earned 5 of the 6 highest offensive grades, the only non-O-line grade among them being blocking tight end Chris Manhertz, with the highest being Evan Neal. Before you get too excited, Neal's 80.6 grade, the highest on the Giants' tenure, was largely due to his run blocking, which was a 92.4, which I'm going to show you, which it was his calling card at Alabama. His pass block was only 49.4. So, once again, having issues with the pass blocking. Neal's low pass block grade doesn't seem consistent with the fact that he only allowed 1 pressure and no quarterback hits or sacks in more than pass blocking attempts. Likely explanations are that he, A, was sometimes getting help from Manhertz or lost his block, but it did not affect the play because Jones rolled out in the opposite direction or got the ball out fast enough not to be pressured. PFF's pass block grade measures only whether your man beats your block faster or slower than is normal, not what the result is after you've been beaten. So, let's see here. Jermaine Illuminor, playing on the left side for the first time this season, had a bit of a rough go, surrendering a sack, the most infamous flea flicker play. He was the one that allowed the sack. 2 hits and 4 hurries, but overall his pass block was only slightly below average. The other 3 offensive linemen were all above average in pass blocking. I'm going to do a video on that there. As usual, Daniel Jones and all 5 offensive line starters played the entire game. The only difference was that Neal was one of those starters. But let me show you. Let me pop this up here. I know I got a ton of. Let's see here. Hold on here. Show you. I got Neal, so I can pop Neal up here. There we go. All right, here we go. I mean, it's just shocking. I mean, because you can look and see, right? Right. Well, I mean, this is his 3rd game he's played in, but you'll notice here against Pittsburgh and Washington, he only played 1 snap each game. But here, played all 75 snaps. His run block was a 93.4. I mean, he was out there just killing people. His overall grade was an 80.6, but 49.4 was his pass blocking. All right. But you'll notice, right, he gave up a hurry. Jadeveon Clowney forced a hurry on him. That was it. Okay. All of his snaps was obviously right tackle. His other ones, it wasn't a right tackle. What it was like, I guess maybe it was like a jumbo package, I guess, against those other 2, against the Commanders and the Steelers. I guess maybe it was a jumbo package, I guess. So maybe there was two right tackles, or there was a right tackle, maybe a Luminor, and he lined up next to Luminor, maybe, right? But I mean, you'll notice, right? I mean, this is 49.4 is pass blocking. I mean, this is pretty much right. Right. So far this year he's at 50.2, which is also the best of his career so far. You'll notice in 2022, when he played pretty much the whole season, 42.3. His run is 2023, when he only played like half the season, 38.5. Right. But so far he's at a 50.2. But I mean, once again, you can't get, you don't want to, get two, because this is just one game. He gave up one pressure. I said if he went up against Watt or something like, might be a little bit different. He has maybe a hard time bending, or guys getting down low has a hard time with those guys and all. That's why I'd love to see it, especially the guy's so big and strong, right? He's not, I mean, you can have a hard time bullying the guy, knocking him down, and he has a hard time with is that elusiveness, that, the guys who can bend and around the corner and all. That's why I would love to see the guy maybe slide him in the freaking guard. But anyway, it is what it is. But so far, so far, nice vote of confidence. But you'll notice his run game is really good, but he's still struggling, a little bit with the pass game. But just at least for this one game, Evan Neal was the highest graded offensive player for the Giants.